many people buy fake designers. Because if the logo is really all you need to help you create value for yourself or create presence for yourself, it makes sense why you would chase the logo, even the very imitation version of it. Real elegance is strangely quiet. It does not chase attention. It does not try to impress. It simply exists when a person feels at home in their own skin. Confidence chicks shit. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Celebrate every small win. Stop waiting until tomorrow. Prioritize progress over perfection. Keep your promises to yourself. Let yourself be seen as you are. Stop waiting for permission. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Elevate with Mama Kesh, a space where style, story, and soul come together to help you elevate into the person you are becoming. I am Mama Kesh, your host, and on today's episode, we shall understand why looking expensive really has nothing to do with all the branded clothes we try to put on our skin. Really, it has nothing to do with all the branded labels we keep on trying to chase, but has everything to do with our energy and our aura. Clothing can decorate the body, but it cannot create presence. Presence only comes from something deeper, when the outer self finally matches the inner self. Real elegance is strangely quiet. This might be a little bit of a controversial one, but the truth is, some of us can wear designer labels from head to toe, walk into a room, and still look like nothing. No presence. But someone else would wear a thrifted fit from head to toe, walk in and look and feel like $1,000,000. It really has nothing to do with the price tags, but everything to do with your energy and your aura that translate into authentic elegance. Let's be honest with ourselves for a minute. A lot of people wear designer brands just to carry it as an armor. Armor against feeling invisible, an armor against feeling uncertain, an armor against the quiet fear of not feeling enough or not being seen enough. So most people believe they just have to find the right label, put it on, and automatically confidence is going to arrive with it. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. If you're going to use a logo to decorate your body and think that that's going to help you create value for yourself, or it's going to help you create presence for yourself, then you've missed the point. And it actually makes sense now why so many people buy fake designers. Because if the logo is really all you need to help you create value for yourself or create presence for yourself, it makes sense why you would chase the logo, even the very imitation version of it. But unfortunately, that logo doesn't actually bring you presence. It actually just rather drowns you, because what happens is when people buy logos to help them gain presence, their outfits start looking like they're working overtime, like literally working overtime to give them substance. And we've missed the whole point, because what truly matters is the quality of your fits. And that only happens when you wear clothes with the right energy. So if you're going to use designer labels to gain some presence or to gain importance from others, then that should be short-lived. And by the time you end up on websites like maybe AliExpress or your Turkey brands, again, you're going to end up looking like a clown, because now you're having your outfits work way too hard for you. What you should really be focusing on is quality. And not just the quality of your clothes, the quality of your energy, the quality of your aura, and the quality of your elegance. That's the starter pack. True elegance really doesn't start in our closets. It starts with who you believe you are. We probably have seen most of these videos everywhere, how to look expensive, bougie on a budget, looking luxury with no designers, how to dress rich. While some of that advice might be helpful, it actually misses the point. The real truth is that the most elegant people we see are really not trying to look expensive. They're just aligned with who they are. And that simple alignment leads to them basking in their aura, which then translates into authentic elegance. As usual, story time. So long before luxury became a symbol of status, there was a movement in Central Africa called La Sape. La Sape comes from the French phrase Société des ambassadeurs et des personnes élégantes, which actually just loosely means the society of elegant people. But here's the part that makes the story fascinating. The movement actually began with not just clothing. It was really never about that. It was about dignity, presence. So in Congo, particularly in cities like Brazzaville and Kinshasa, men would actually dress with extraordinary colors and really look elegant. So they would pair bright suits, polished shoes, perfect hats, all sorts of accessories, and then parade into the streets. They were really not actually wealthy men. They were actually ordinary people. So musicians, workers, teachers, taxi drivers, really just ordinary people. And they will walk through their neighborhoods dressed in the most elegant way and call themselves ambassadors of style. While, because to them, dressing was not an act of just showing up. It was an act of self-respect. Especially in a time in Africa where we had gone through slave trade, colonialism was still ongoing, they found a way to tell themselves that regardless of what they were going through in their own countries, they chose to dress up elegantly. So, no matter what the economic struggle really was for them, even if you were struggling, they still believe you should carry yourself with grace in the most elegant way. And that form of elegance actually became quiet resistance. So the declaration that dignity or their own dignity could not be taken from them, which was really a very important thing back in the days during colonialism. And something really interesting happened over the time. A movement that really started with sheer confidence light up evolved into a very big association. It evolved into a whole way of living and actually still exists to date. But as the movement grew bigger and bigger, the world began to notice, and then designer brands began to creep in. And yeah, now luxury suits with all of the big marks, recognizable brands, expensive fabrics, it actually evolved. Which, to be honest, is really fine. But the point of the whole story is to say that the original spirit of Congo dandyism still teaches us something powerful. Elegance is not born with price tags. It can very well evolve into it, but it's not born with price tags. It has to come from something authentic. It has to come from something real. It has to come from something secured. So the dandyism that we see today, although it's so tagged in all of the designer brands, was actually born in more than that. So yeah, that's the lesson. Clothing doesn't create elegance. Elegance begins with the person. It begins when your inner self starts to align with everything in you. That allows your outer self to shine. So go back and find that inner energy that would help your aura stand out for itself and then translate into true, authentic elegance. So now I'm going to give you guys 3 simple ways to create an expensive aura, helping your authentic elegance shine through. Number 1, quality over price tags. It's very important. Even your fanciest designers make crappy stuff. Take it from me. I'll tell you that. Even your fancy designers make crappy shit. So quality should always be the first thing you look out for over price tag. Now I understand that so many people will think, well, if it has to be expensive, maybe the quality is there. I'm not negating it. 2 truths can actually live together. The price tag could very well be half high and the quality is there. But your ultimate goal should not be chasing the price tag. It should be quality. There's so many high street brands that make great quality clothing that allows you to actually feel authentic in them. So number 1, quality over price tags. Number 2, prioritize fit again over price. This is very important because the price tag might not mean that it necessarily fits you. Understanding your silhouette is first of all important rather than just buying a price tag. I'm going to use myself for example. In my early years of styling myself, I used to just buy things that I would feel like, well, I might never see this again, so just pick it up, even if it didn't really fit my silhouette. But what I noticed is over time, when I bought pieces like that, they just really sat in my closet and did nothing for me. So now I really prioritize fit over price tags, meaning that something has to really fit your silhouette and really work for you to add it to your closet. It's really very important. And that would also come with getting the right fabrics over price tags too as well. And to be honest, good fabric always tends to be quite pricey. For example, your cashmeres, your true cotton, your true silks would always tend to be expensive, but they don't have to be necessarily designer brands. There's so many good brands out there that make great fabrics that are not necessarily designer brands, in all honesty. So you should think about the type of fabrics you're buying that would allow for them to fit well on your body. That's really the truth. Good silk would always find a way of embracing or hugging your body in a very nice way. So understanding the quality of your fabrics, which will go a long way to helping you find the right fits for your body type, rather than just focusing on the price. So that's very important. Number 3, choose calm over trendy. And this is very important because especially with some of us that like indulging in designers, most of us make the mistake of buying trendy designer pieces. And if you make that mistake of getting pieces that you see everywhere, I'm going to use an example of this really. It's a fancy, nice pair of sunglasses, in all honesty. I'm not saying anything, but it's annoying that every single person that thinks that they're stylish right now kind of owns the pair. And I'm like, okay. But you should understand exactly what your style is to indulge in designer trends, really. So I would say choose your calm over trendy. And if you're actually indulging in your designers, if you understand what your style is, it just makes it better, in all honesty, than rather just buying. You can really tell when someone is just wearing a designer to wear it, rather than actually wearing a designer pair because it actually mirrors your style or goes very well with your persona. It's 2 different things. So you don't want to end up in that trendy bucket because it's just going to look tacky and it's not really going to make sense. So those are the 3 simple steps to help you look expensive in your aura. Let's be really clear about something. While there's absolutely nothing wrong about wearing your designer brands, heck, I'm actually wearing one right now and I love them. But to be honest, your confidence are not bought in those logos. Just quit. Wearing all the logos from head to toe doesn't make you look expensive more than anyone else that is dressed rightly for their body frame, for their style, and for their aura. Truly, confidence isn't bought in designer price tags. It's bought from you aligning your style with who you are and who you are becoming. Your designer brands weren't meant to actually create your confidence. They were meant to just complement them. So use them as a tool to actually bask in your own style and aura. Once you start doing that, your style will definitely get elevated. And not just your style, your confidence, your aura, and your elegance. Thank you all for tuning in today. If today's episode actually struck a nerve, go ahead and share with friends and family. And if you're interested in understanding how to find your elegance throughout the designer noise, drop in and we shall go on a one-on-one session where we identify how to actually align your true style, create an aura lane for yourself, and give you the true elegance that your style needs. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.